Hi everybody, I've been making flowers again. Actually just one kind this time. You're playing around with fabric. I don't know if it's been done already or not. If it has, I have not seen it. It's just me playing around, and so I actually did several of them in different types of fabrics, and there's definitely differences depending on what you use. So this is actually my very first one, and I like the style of it. I used a sheer curtain fabric for this one, but on probably the first 3 or 4 that I did, the circles that I used I think were probably a little bit too big. Once I started doing smaller circles, I like them a lot better, but it might depend on the fabric too. So there's that one. Again, it's a sheer curtain fabric. And then I did, I had like a, not handmade by any means, but, you know, one of the lacy looking type curtains. And that's that one. And then I had some fun velvet. You know, of course, most of my fabric I pick up from thrift stores or Goodwill or what have you. But I thought this was kind of cool because it had shimmery stuff in it. And again, I think that the circles that I used to make it were probably too big. But I'm going to show you how to make it. And this one was a thin printed fabric. And I like how that came out. It's not as poofy, but I like the lightness of it. And all these gorgeous centers were given to me by Trisha, little Shabby Chic. Thank you, sis. Hi. All the centers except for this one. This one I just used a ribbon slider and flat back pearl, but this is one of my favorites. And for this I used flour sack towel material. I just picked up a package of them from Sam's Club. So I really like how that one came out. And then this one I used a chiffon type fabric, a very light one. And then on the inside layer I did double fabric with the chiffon and lace fabric that I had gotten from Joann's. And I was liking the look of the lace fabric, so I had to do one that was just lace fabric. And I'm not sure which I like better, which I like best, if it's this one or if it's the flour sack fabric. But I really, really like these. And these two I definitely used smaller circles on. So I'm going to show you how to do it real quick. I've already done a bunch of petals, made them up. So you don't have to sit here and watch me make a ton of them, but I figured I would do 4 and show you how to do them. I use a 2-inch cardstock base. I just punch those out. And my circles I just freehand. You know, cut my fabric. These are definitely on the small side. And it just so happens that it just about matches my punch circle. So what I do is, working with the side that's closest to me, I fold it about 1/4 of the way up. And then at the top where that edge meets the fabric, I just kind of pull that up toward me and then fold it over. So I'm going to do that a couple times because it's probably hard to see, especially, you know what, I'm going to grab a bigger circle real quick, just another fabric. Might be easier to see. Okay. So, obviously your circle doesn't have to be perfect because I've got a straight edge there. If you're working with like a 2-sided fabric, whatever side you want to show the most, you'll put face down on your surface. So you're going to fold it up about 1/4 of the way up the circle. You're going to pinch it where the edge meets, so you're basically making a pleat. And then you're going to fold that over. I haven't done this in slow motion. You'll fold that over, and this is a larger petal, so you're just going to fold that one down. So you basically have a fan fold. So again, fold it up at the edge where it meets, pinch it and bring it up and together, fold it down, and then if you have some left, you can tuck it under. Okay, so I have something that looks like that. So what I do now is I'm holding it in the center and I'm folding it in half, but it's offset just a little bit, so it's not the one half laying directly on top of the other half. So I'll do that again. I'm holding it by the center. I'm grabbing what's closest to me and folding it up and offsetting it. So then you're going to take your glue gun, and if you have sensitive fingers, you definitely want to wear some finger protection, especially if you're working with a thin fabric. And then I'm just going to stick some glue in the openings and pinch it together. My fingers can handle the heat because I've worked in the restaurant business for years dealing with hot plates, so if you're not used to it, then again, do wear some finger protection. So there's a petal. So I'm going to do these 4 in the white flower sack fabric, folding it up, pinching it and bringing it toward me, laying it down, and I'm holding it in the center, folding it up and offset, and now I'm going to glue where the little open areas are. And I'm pinching it where I've glued it just to make sure that it all holds. I've got glue strings everywhere. Okay, so there's a completed petal. So I'm going to do 3 more. Folding it up about 1/4 of the way, pinching it, and folding it over and flat. Folding it up, but off center. Gluing in where the openings are, and just pinching it to make sure it's secure. And hang on for just a second. I'm going to try to change the angle of the camera. Well, let me see if I can do this backwards first. Okay, so I'm doing that, and I'm pinching it and folding it flat. Not real good at doing it backwards, but I'll try it again. Folding it up about 1/4 of the way, pinching it, and folding it flat. Fold it in half offset, and glue the open areas. I don't know if that angle helped or not, but we'll try it from that angle again. And usually if my circle is lopsided, I try to look for the side that's maybe a little bit wider. So I'm folding that about 1/4 of the way up, pinch, and lay flat. Fold in half offset, and glue. And then, I mean, it just gives you another kind of petal. I mean, the rest is just easy peasy. You're just going to take your circle and your glue, put a little bit down, and just start gluing your petals down. And I overlap them a little bit. And I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me glue down a bunch of petals. I think I've got a total of 34 with the ones that I just made, or 33. I don't know how many petals it takes. I just do a bunch up and, you know, see what I need. Yeah, obviously a thinner fabric would probably require more. And I also don't really pay attention to which direction. I keep going in the same direction, overlaying, but I'm really not paying attention to which side of the petal is facing down or which side is facing up. I'm just having at it. So I'm going to go to town here. I'm going to keep it running and probably fast forward through this part until I get to the end of this layer. And then we'll come back and start the next layer. Okay, so I've got the outside edge done. And sometimes on these smaller ones I'll go ahead and do 3 rounds. But let's start on the second and see what it leaves us with. Okay, so I could be done there if I wanted to, and just fluff, you know, put a center in it, fluff it up, get that dimension in there, put a little doily in there with a little center. I think I'm going to go ahead and put in, I might have enough petals left here to try to go ahead and put in a 3rd layer, and that way I can get a little bit more poof. Okay, so that's 3 layers, and that actually took 32 petals for this particular type of fabric. So just poofing it up. You can try to make it a little shabby pulling threads, but when you've got circles that you've cut, it's a little bit harder to pull threads. But you can mess around with it if you want that more shabby look, which I do love that look. But again, when you're working with circled edges, yeah, I can probably take my little sander thing, or not sander, little file, and shabby this up some. Actually, I'm going to grab it because I haven't done that with this yet. Okay, again, there's my little tool that I got at the dollar store and with the nail care section. Sander, pumice stone, nail brush, and this is like a little metal file. So I'm just rubbing it across. See if I can't get a little shabby in there. Okay, that did the trick. Love this little tool. One of the best dollars I ever spent. Okay, I don't have any small doilies handy, but you know, a small center here. I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there. And there's that, and then so you can see the difference between, that's the one that is not shabbied up. There's a little bit of fraying on the edges just because of the type of material that it is. And this is the one that's been shabbied up. And in profile, and actually what I'm dying to do, DC Scrap and Rooster put up a video pretty recently about dyeing fabrics with avocado skins. So I went out and got myself some avocados, but it's killing me. They're not ripe. They didn't have any that were ripe enough. You know, and I can't just peel them and use the skins and throw away the rest of the avocado. I have to be able to use them. So I'm waiting for those to ripen enough to make some guacamole or something. But I'm definitely going to take this flour sack fabric and do that and see if I can get some of the vintage colors and then make these flowers with it. I think they'll be gorgeous. So I'm really excited about that, and I need to find a brown paper bag and see if that helps those avocados ripen up a little faster. So when I get that done, I will be sure to share and show you. So I hope you give this a try. Would love to see what you do if you do decide to give it a go. Very, very easy to do, and hope you like them. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your comments, and welcome to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you joining my channel, and hope you have fun. And I'm hoping to maybe get to a yard sale this weekend too. Seems like it's been a little while. Alrighty, y'all take care. I will see you soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.